Hello, it's the 2nd of April in the evening, Thursday evening in Santa Rosa, California. That's where I live. My name is Manuela. I'm the owner of Yoga with Manuela, and I'm sharing things with you that come from the book I'm writing called 365 Tiny Islands. These islands are soulful self-care tools to guide you through your life, through your day, any regular day, times in crisis. And I wrote this book because I'm a special needs mom, and there are times in my life where there is basically no time for myself if I don't really pay attention to it. And part of my book holds stories, inspirational stories, meaningful stories, first to me, that I hope they are meaningful to you too. And this story I'm reading to you tonight is from a Native American grandfather speaking to his grandson, and it's called "Which Wolf Are You Going to Feed?" So I invite you to sit for a moment and just listen. Let your eyes rest. Just listen to the story. A Native American grandfather was speaking to his grandson about violence and cruelty in the world and how it comes about. He said it was as if two wolves were fighting in his heart. One wolf was vengeful and angry, and the other wolf was understanding and kind. The young man asked his grandfather which wolf will win the fight in his heart. And the grandfather answered, "The one that wins will be the one I choose to feed." And this is the challenge, right, in our life, and in particular now in the time of crisis, where I have not met one person who is not concerned. Of course not. Everybody is concerned about what's next. Where are we heading with the state of our country, of our planet, with the crisis we are in? And there are most questions not answered. Nobody knows. And I know, even as a yoga teacher, a meditator, and a person who chooses to walk a mindful path throughout my life because of my special needs daughter, I needed extra tools to not struggle too much, even though I do, but I have tools that bring me back, whoosh, as a flower. My tools bring me back into reality. Let me hug the present moment with stories, with breathing practices, with meditations, with awarenesses to be grateful for the life I have. And the flower was actually, I didn't even see that. My daughter was on a walk with me and she picked that flower and gave it to me, and we put it on my ear, and I didn't even see it. But here is a beautiful little yellow flower resembling joy, and the color yellow as a universal color of solar energy, warmth, wellness, pleasantry. Yellow is a happy color, but that's not what the story was about. But I know this story has found its way into my islands because I have read that story to myself often as a way to remind myself that there is a choice in what wolf I'm going to feed. No matter how challenging or easy maybe the challenge might be, it can be a little challenge. What conversation do I buy into? What struggle do I buy into? And right now, who do I let win? The worry, the fear, the uncertainty that's certainly riding along in our mind all day long. But we can pause and say goodbye to these thoughts that are pulling us into a dark place of worry and fear, and replace them with the other wolf we can feel, the one that is kind, hopeful, well, and doesn't buy into the enemy's language. And I know nothing outside of this idea changes. The world will go on. But how I create my consciousness is something I hope, if I live that way or practice every day to live that way, it resonates with the people who are with me, and I know there are many people like me, healers and practitioners, who really choose that path. And I invite you to choose that path too, and hope you find meaning in this little story of which wolf are you going to feed, and take this with you into your day, so you know which wolf you want to feed. And I'm again in Santa Rosa, and I'm showing you a little bit around. I'm also a tree hugger. I love trees, and many of my trees have names. And this is an area we can still go, even though the park is closed where we hike, but this is very close to me. And look up here. This is a circle of 44 bay leaf trees that circle around me, that I found because I hike up here, and I saw it and I thought, what is this? And there are many rocks and stones, moss covered stones. Can you see them here? Moss covered stones where you can sit. And I come often up here to sit, reflect, meditate, do some of my morning practices, and sometimes I share it with my friends and my clients and my students. And this was a day I wanted to do that, so I hope you really take a moment to pause often in your day and catch yourself. Become aware of which wolf are you going to feed, and you're going to feed the one that keeps you kind and safe and in compassion with yourself and the world. Bye bye from Children's Grove, from my bay leaf trees, and Santa Rosa and myself. Be you and your family. I hope you stay well. Bye bye.